Do you remember that anti-lockdown protest, the one that caused gridlock around the Michigan state capitol back in 2020? Well, it was run by a top MLM distributor, or another term being MLM boss bro, and we need to talk about it. Hi folks, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Kat. I'm a licensed registered dietitian nutritionist and online nutrition coach, and on this channel we like to talk about weight neutral focused approaches to health, as well as diving into scammy and, in my opinion, unethical nutrition related businesses, products, mostly nutrition related MLMs, and other fear mongering nutrition claims. Today, we are chatting about the man who organized the anti-lockdown rebellion in Michigan, who then ran for governor and failed, who also made it to the top as an MLM distributor. So if that sounds good to you, let's go. Okay, so I normally don't do videos. I don't create videos about specific distributors. I tend to focus in on the products or the actual company. If I do talk about a distributor, it's generally about like what they're saying, but I will block out their faces or blur their faces, block out their names, pretty much because I just want to focus on what they are saying and some of the concerns that I have around that message. As a side note, I also want to make it clear that I don't have any issues with creators who want to go at it without that blocking or blurring. I have friends who do that. That's just the way that I feel most comfortable to share. That's it. However, in today's video, we are not going to be blocking out the face of the distributor or the name because this is a public figure. He has chosen to put his name out there simply by running for governor. Now, before we really begin, this is an opinion video, and so I highly encourage you to do your own information gathering before coming up with your own conclusions. All of the information that I'm providing here is publicly available. Now, I am pretty sure that the majority of people, if not everybody who continuously watches my channel, knows where I am on the political spectrum, just with my views on healthcare, trans rights, women's rights, etc. But if it's not clear, I am pretty opposite of Garrett's political values or political beliefs. This video is kind of by its nature, we can't really separate the politics from it so much, but I'm not going to dive specifically into the politics really, just because that's not the main focus of this video. And I don't know much about Michigan's political landscape. I am barely just trying to keep up with Texas, but yeah. And I do want to say up front, MLMs in general, it is bipartisan. There are people on with all different viewpoints when it comes to politics who at a high level are involved in MLM. So I just wanted to also throw that out there. MLMs and just multi-level marketing in general, it's a very political thing. For more information about that, check out Ponzinomics. It's a really great resource to have if you're wanting to learn more about the connections. MLM corporate to the DSA, the Direct Selling Association, which is a lobbying group, for example. Okay, so back to Garrett. According to his website, Garrett is standing up for Michigan. Garrett Soldano is a chiropractor, small business owner, author, public speaker, family man, proud Catholic, and former WMU football player. Soldano owns and operates Soldano Family Chiropractic Care in Kalamazoo and is the author of God's True Law, A Parent's Guide to Raising Successful Children. Savvy, if you're watching this, please consider doing a review of that book. Now, he does appear to be a supporter of Trump. You can find him on things like Truth Social. He likes watching people eat liberals for lunch, and he calls his supporters the grassroots army. So he isn't currently running for governor. He did lose the primaries in August, I believe, but he is still continuing to grow and pursue his political career from the looks of it, it seems, which is what I would expect. Now, the reason we are discussing him today is because he was actually at the top of an MLM, not just any MLM, but in the MLM that I used to be a part of. Now, if you haven't already, check out the video that I did recently where I discuss what I was doing when I was involved in an MLM. At the last conference that I went to, it was in October of 2019. It was in Austin, Texas. And he was there. I wasn't really focused on building my team at this time. At this time in October of 2019, I was living back in San Antonio. My husband was overseas, about an hour and a half away from where I was in San Antonio. It was a conference that I was going to be able to meet up with some friends and just kind of enjoy the weekend with them. While I wasn't focused on building my team at that point, it was just an opportunity to just kind of get out of the house and see some friends. It was something to do. Now, at the conferences, between the sessions, they will have kind of intermissions where they will get like a group of people who recently ranked up to the top rank, which now there's more ranks, but at that time, the top one was National Marketing Director. And during that time, they just kind of give speeches. It's a chance for them to like thank their team, thank their family, just kind of be, the goal is I think to be like inspirational to the people out in the audience. So it was just any distributor who had reached that top rank since the prior conference. So Garrett Saldano was actually there. He was celebrating becoming or achieving that National Marketing Director status. I remember him walking out on stage and if I'm not mistaken, he had like this giant belt buckle and his team was just going wild. But what I find really interesting is that he seems to have like scrubbed the internet of any kind of link that he has with Juice Plus. Now, I don't know if this was like his goal or his desire, or maybe if it was corporate Juice Plus wanting him to kind of stop doing what he was doing, that we'll talk about in a little bit. But it's really hard to see his connections now with that company specifically. I do have a few screenshots though, just so you know that I'm not lying or anything, though I don't know why I would even like make this up in the first place, but just in case. This one says, I am so excited to announce that Dr. Garrett Saldano, so remember he is a chiropractor, not like a MD or anything. So I'm so excited to announce that Dr. Garrett Saldano has reached the top position of NMD with the Juice Plus company. God had a plan when we met Jennifer Saldano and Garrett, who were moving next door to us, as he thought this was a scam until one day he embraced what I love to share. Garrett, you were so close. So close to seeing it. So amazed at the amount of lives him and his team have changed. Thank you guys for moving to Florida. It's just the beginning. I guess this was before he moved to Michigan. As you can see, the date here is July 2019. I don't know about like where he's living or if he's like back and forth, but I just know he was running for governor of Michigan, and the introduction in his website said that his practice was in Kalamazoo. But this was his, I guess, upline is in Florida. There's also a post from the Juice Plus US Partner Insights, which comes from corporate, and it says, congrats to Garrett Saldano and his upline and his awesome team for achieving the position of NMD with the Juice Plus company. He was also a 24 club, which basically means he has a large team selling, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 1,000 personal volume points. I can't really remember though. It's been a while, but I know that 24 club means 24 like people selling X amount or having X amount of volume. And so I believe that's 1,000 each, but either way, basically he had quite a large downline who were active. This is a picture of someone waiting for him to get ready to go on stage at that conference that I went to, and then a picture of him actually on that stage. And if you've seen from the previous video that I referenced with my experience, that PhD dietitian, you know, the one who got their PhD from an unaccredited school, basically a diploma mill, she actually posted a link to a video by Garrett, and it was about his story, I guess, and being like 1% better. And I thought it was funny because she actually said that it was another, quote, another doctor who got it, end quote, when really he wasn't a medical doctor. He was a chiropractor. There's a difference. And I just kind of feel like using that terminology can be kind of misleading for it, not kind of. In my opinion, it is misleading. Anyway, this video was removed, just like his other posts about Juice Plus as well. So one of the other reasons why I wanted to talk about Garrett and make a video was about his claims, what he was saying about Juice Plus and his promotion of Juice Plus, specifically related to COVID. Now, I know that Daily Mail is not the best news source, but according to their article, he apparently recommended taking Juice Plus supplements, which is powdered fruits and vegetables, because it would literally turn bodies, quote, into an environment of greatness and you'll dominate any virus, end quote. Hi, this is a quick ad. Please skip to the time down below if you don't want to hear this. Really quick. Number 1, please hit that like button while you are here, or dislike, either helps with engagement. 2, please subscribe. I am trying to get back into the YouTube algorithm after taking a long time off with maternity leave and just being very inconsistent, so I would greatly appreciate that. 3, I now have childcare, and so I am currently taking one-on-one clients, also group coaching clients for nutrition, and I have some other self-paced programs. If that is of interest to you, check out katbensonrdn.com to get more information, and that is in the description box if that interests you. 4, I have weekly emails now, or Kat's Kitchen, where I share like a nutrition item that I'm really grateful for. I talk about a nourishing bite of the week or a recipe, a nutrition thought to chew on, and more. So if that's of interest to you, grab any one of the freebies in my description box, or the link to any one of my freebies is in the description box, and you will be added to that automatically. All right, let's get back to the video. Now, while fruits and vegetables can be beneficial for physical health, and while also powdered fruits and vegetables within certain contexts can be beneficial as well, these kind of statements are exaggerated and not evidence-based, and in my opinion, very problematic. Now, I did not see these claims personally, but it does seem to align with his general views and behavior around COVID. He used to actually run a Facebook group. It no longer exists, but it was called Michiganders Against Excessive Quarantine. We see here a tweet of him replying to Trump saying that he's trying to stand up, I guess, and showing a picture of his group. And with this group, he actually organized the lockdown protests where people caused gridlock in the state capitol over the stay-at-home orders at that time. Now, he also used to have a podcast, and I tried to download the episodes, but I was not successful. But I could still find the episode list and brief episode descriptions. So he did have one that was titled Coronavirus, and he insinuated it didn't exist, unless I'm understanding it wrong. It says coronavirus, ... chill out people, ... What does fear stand for? False evidence appearing real. It doesn't exist. It only exists in your mind. So which is he trying to say? Is he trying to say that COVID doesn't exist or fear doesn't exist? Even if it's the latter, fear not existing and only existing in your mind, like, I'm sorry, but obviously it exists in your mind. Fear isn't a tangible object. And just because something exists in the mind doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Like, by its definition, it is existing, even if it's in the mind. So I am assuming he's trying to say that like COVID didn't exist, which at this time, this is where a lot of people were saying that it did not exist. I don't know if he's come around to believing it anymore or believing it now, but that description, even though it's very short, is a little bit concerning. I'm just not surprised about the claims that he did make about Juice Plus alongside of him with like the rest of his reputation. This is just something that I wanted to share because I figured that you, my viewers, would be interested in hearing about this link. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make a video on this specifically. I wanted to make this while he was still running, but I just, with time and everything, it didn't happen. So we're doing it now. And so I didn't know if it would be too late to make this video or whatever, but I just wanted to get this information out there because he does seem to be continuing his political career. I just felt like it would be appropriate to share what he has been a part of publicly to better educate potential voters in the future. So I thought it was worth sharing. And another thing worth sharing, so the claims that he made against Juice Plus, or the claims that he made promoting Juice Plus, I don't know if they were ever reported. Again, they were not something that I saw personally, but Juice Plus has been in trouble in the past. In 2020, for example, the FTC actually sent a letter to corporates, and it was warning regarding health and earnings claims related to coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19. And so I will link the FTC letter that was sent to Juice Plus. His claims were specifically not part of the letter, but there were other claims as well. So just a whole lot of problems. But anyway, that's it for me. Please leave your thoughts of this boss bro in the comments. Is this something that you heard about? I'm sure, a lot of people heard about this specific protest, but if you did hear about this protest, if you know about the protest, did you know that it was organized by a top-level MLM distributor or boss bro? Let me know your thoughts down below. That's it for me. Remember, you can strive for health without subscribing to diet culture. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.